What's up, everybody? It's your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, the one, the original Road Warlords, and it's always bringing you the knowledge and dropping the science in this industry of what we call trucking, okay? I'm doing this particular video because the manufacturers of the DPF systems, the emission systems, a few articles that I've seen and some videos are now telling the truth about their emission systems, their DPF system, and they're telling you that the life expectancy is 5 years. It's 5 years. And so, you know, most guys who have who has trucks that have, you know, emission systems in them, you know, anything from 2011 on up, you can see that one of the bigger issues that we have with the truck, or maybe the only issue that you have with the truck, is the emission system. A lot of people are very skeptical about buying, you know, newer equipment because of those issues there, or, you know, up-to-date equipment, you know, whether it be something used. But they finally told the truth, 5 years. And so, you know, when you use me for an example, my truck was manufactured October of 2013. It hit its 5th year last year, and it hit its 5th year last year in October, and I started having problems. I started having problems with the emission system back in August of last year, you know, and so the problem kept rolling over, and so instead of them, you know, doing the test and saying, well, okay, you qualify for, you know, the warranty that they were offering at the time with the one box system, that, you know, you pay half price provided that you buy new DPF filters, you know, which could have saved me a ton of money. But instead, you know, it was the back and forth, and then finally they did the test after the warranty was gone, and they say, okay, all right, it's going to be another 10 grand. Now, the thing with buying, you know, with the emission systems and, you know, Freightliner particularly, is that nothing that you get is going to be brand new. Nothing that you get is going to be brand new. So if you say, well, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go with it and get me I'm going to get me a one box. It's not new. It's a refurbished one. It's a refurbished one box that comes out of whatever year your truck is, you know. So they're not going to put a 2019 one box in 2013 Freightliner Cascadia. They're not going to do it. They're going to get a Freightliner Cascadia 13 edition. They're going to go through the spec, you know, they're going to go through it, run all the tests and stuff like that, and then, you know, this is what you're going to get. Now, the thing with having something refurbished, is the same problem I ran into last year. When those parts go out, they will replace them because they give you a 1 year warranty on the parts and the labor. You know, the catch is that nothing else can go wrong except the part that failed. And so, you know, it's up to the mechanics that you take it to and stuff, you know. And so if they're working off commission, you know, and they're doing a warranty job, you know, they only get paid for the first job. Everything else has to be submitted back to the headquarters, and then they decide to cut them a check, you know, 90 days or 6 months, or sometimes may be up to a year before those guys get paid for a warranty job. So that's why if one part fails and then another part fails too, and you got to get those two things done, that's why you have to pay for the diagnostics and the labor. Even though they say, yeah, we'll replace this part too, but, you know, it's like, hey, look, we got to get paid now. You know, so you don't know if your knock sensor failed. You know, all you get is one code, and it can be a series of events around your emission system, you know, to say, okay, well, this part that was replaced did fail, but then, you know, you don't know no better stuff, so they say, well, this part right here failed, and so if you don't change it, then, you know, if you don't change it, then we're not able to clear the codes and stuff out and stuff. And so, you know, that's when it gives you a 00, and now you're knocked down to 5 mile an hour. You know, your 5 mile an hour, you know, well, you can't go 5 miles an hour. I mean, I forget the word, but anyway, that's what you're stuck with now. So naturally say, yeah, okay, I don't want that to happen, so I'll go ahead and get that changed. I'll go ahead and get that changed. Then you go back in there. Well, these 2 parts failed, but then they found another problem. So again, you pay for diagnosis and the labor again. So each part keeps adding up till you fix everything. And so now that everything is fixed, okay, well, worst come to worst, now you got to go with the 1 box. Now you got to go with the 1 box and stuff. And so, after throwing thousands of dollars into the problem, and then, ultimately it comes down to that, you're left with the situation. You got this truck, you really want this truck, and then you say that, well, by eliminating the cancer instead of treating it, you're just gonna go ahead and amputate with whatever part of stuff it is, and say, well, okay, now the functionality works better and stuff. Which is what a lot of people do, and that's the only logical thing that you can do, because you play it safe to say, well, all right, yeah, I want to go and get this emission system fixed, but I mean, the reality is that the parts that they have, they aren't foolproof, and then you're going right back through this whole system again, changing one part, changing another part, and throwing thousands of dollars and stuff into something, because a diagnosis, it's supposed to cover all that if it's under warranty. But again, they're not going to say, yeah, this is what it is and that's that. Until some investigating come along and stuff, and they say, okay, well, yeah. Other than that, I mean, you're a small operation. I mean, you don't have that type of grip. It's either pay or take it somewhere else. So people want to, like I said, you want to be on the lawful side of things. Okay, I'll go ahead and get it fixed and stuff like that, because some people say, well, I run California and I want to be in compliance and so on and so forth. But that's just not the case. I mean, this game is based upon bending the rules and breaking the rules in order to win. So 5 years is what they're giving you. So after 5 years, what are you facing? My recommendation is that if you choose to go that way and get a used equipment and start giving you those issues or whatever, then if you like that equipment, you're gonna continue to make money with it. Then you're gonna have to get that cancer. You're gonna have to get that cancer removed. That's all to it, because I mean, going in there and getting parts and stuff, I mean, they're refurbished parts. It's nothing brand new. They don't sell anything brand new, especially not for that particular model there. It's just something refurbished. They reworked it. Okay, put it back in the truck and go for what you know. Now again, there are some exceptions. For very few exceptions. But see, this is why a lot of mega carriers or whatever, they tell you that after your truck hit a certain year, that they don't even want it on the fleet. They don't want it on the fleet and stuff, because they know after a truck hit a certain point, these are the problems and stuff they're gonna come up with. So they don't want to put time, energy, and resource into fixing this issue that they already got the heads up about, and say, well, listen, hey, by sticking with this thing, this is what it's going to cost you. We just don't have the parts and stuff necessary to give it another 5-10 years. It's just not out here. 5 years is what you're going to get, and after 5 years and stuff, that's that. So again, a lot of carriers are very skeptical about the type of equipment and stuff they bring on. Say, well, listen, you need to get something. You need to get something or newer. And after they reach this certain point here and stuff, that we can't keep you on as a contractor because your equipment's too old. And that's what it always circles around, is that dealing with that emission system. They say, well, if the guy keeps the equipment, he continues to run it, and he doesn't have problems, then they already know what was done. They already know what was done and stuff, and so they just don't want to risk that. they don't want to risk it, because I mean, you know, and you never know. You know, you never know and stuff, but you know, you just do what you can while you can for as long as you can. But you know, that's the thing that you're facing. If you're talking about getting something older than 5 years, you know, but you still want the equipment anyway, you know that it has this emission system that's in it. You know, the second it starts giving you problems, then the only way that you're going to be successful with the equipment is if you do surgery. That's it. You know, 6 months, she's still running strong. You know, she's still running strong. Ain't throwing no codes or nothing like that. So, you know, that's just the issue and stuff. You know, I mean, that's just the reality. You know, you want to do things logical and practical in business. And so, you know, in business, unfortunately, you know, it forces you to have to play a hand and stuff that you ordinarily don't want to play. But, you know, what's your alternative? Spending thousands of dollars and stuff into one system. You know, when you have many different important components that's in your equipment that can have, you know, that also needs that type of attention too, or doesn't even give you those type of issues or whatever, you know. So, I mean, I'm glad that they're starting to tell the truth now. You know, they're starting to tell the truth now. You know, a lot of the trucking, you know, if you click onto a lot of trucking YouTube videos and stuff like that, you know, you're starting to see this type of information get put out there and stuff. You know, this is my reference. You know, this is my reference, and then, you know, also, you know, I read that article from Pittsburgh Power, you know, a few months ago, you know, in the article that they written, and then, you know, a guy by the name of Rozzy, you know, he really deals with a lot, you know, he specializes especially in Cummins engines, you know. He wrote a great dissertation and stuff. You know, Google his name and stuff, and then Google emission treatments and stuff like that. You know, he wrote a very interesting article. Also, shout out to SoCal. You know, SoCal, he spoke on it very passionately. You know, very adamantly about the emission system. You know, what to expect, so on and so forth. So, you know, it's many different references, but you know, everyone speaks the same thing. Is that, you know, it's a problem. It's a problem that you face, and then, you know, what are the issues and stuff to it. And, you know, one of the you know, I seen one guy and stuff. You know, he's with a mega carrier. You know, he got his emission system changed, and I haven't seen him have any problems. But you know, again, their reputation is on the line and stuff. So, you know, if he starts having problems and stuff with his emission system, then, you know, people risk, you know, contracts, employment, so on and so forth. So, you know, of course, they're going to go all out on this guy right here and stuff. And, you know, he says, well, he'll take the risk. But for the most part, you know, if you're a single operation and stuff like that, you know, small fleet, so on and so forth, you know, you're trying to do things, stuff on your own, it's the problems that you're going to face, unfortunately. So, you know, if you get the equipment, run it for what it is and stuff, but, you know, also have a contingency plan in place to say, well, look, the second this thing starts throwing codes, I'm not going to be throwing, you know, thousands of dollars and stuff into this problem that isn't going to get fixed. You know, we just go ahead and eliminate it and keep on moving, you know, keep on making this money. And with that being said, I'll end on that note. This is your man right here. Reminding you, hit me up on my Instagram page, Rhode Island Red Rooster 22. If you have any questions, comments, you know, again, feel free to hit me up. My contact information is on the page. I do say if you call me and stuff, let it be about the industry, and I'll help you out as much as possible. And with that being said, it's your man here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. Telling you as always, continue to do your research, fact-finding studies, harness on your skills every day. Till next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.